So we've all seen the weird WikiHow articles of teaching you how to do very basic stuff, but in just the weirdest ways. But I think it's time to see how well AI can compare to those tutorials. So let's start off with step-by-step instructions on how to shake hands. Alright, I know AI has a hard time really drawing hands. Okay, so the first step, put your hands together, but you need to have 2 thumbs on one hand. The next one, there's arrows going all over the place. Number 3, it looks like you combine your thumbs together. Number 4, you start growing more fingers. Number 5, there's arrows going all over the place. Step 6 is looking a little more normal. You've only got 6 fingers on one hand now. I think it's overcomplicating this a little bit. Let's see if the next one's any better. Okay, reaching out, clap for hands, and out, sets out, eye compact, eye contact, releasing. There's some funny things to really point out on this one. It's especially in like the top right. He's got both of his hands crossed like this, and yet his giant hand coming out of his stomach is still shaking the giant hand of the other guy. But now you know the next time you need to shake hands with somebody, just remember this 9-step process. Alright, well that went well. Let's see if it's got instructions on how to dance. Step 1, footwork. Step 2, stay papour. Step 3, sleepwear. Back to step 2, tand roper. Step 9, these are a little bit out of order. But I mean, this one's making more sense than the handshake one at least. This one's putting a lot more emphasis on the footwork, and the footwork, and the posture, and the hunty, the hants, and the ant. That bottom middle one is looking a little bit crazy. I'm not sure which limbs belong to who on that. Alright, we gave it some easy ones, and it's figuring it out. Let's see if it can teach us how to do a magic trick. Okay, how to step. 4, simple magic trick, kirk of cards. 3, make penfurn, the substitution. I can't read any of these, but let's just jump to the final step where it says how to patter. That's the magic trick, guys. Something to do with a deck of cards. I mean, what does it think about how to do a magic? Set up, seat up, revied, presentation. Wow, it almost got a word right. Hey, this one again at the very end says patter. I guess that is the goal when doing a magic trick, is how to patter. Now, just in case your magic trick goes a little bit off, let's just make sure that we know how to get kicked out of a party. Alright, step 1, arriver drunk. Can't really read step 2, but then the next one is beat king WCS, starting doing, and then starting fights, and then break things. So that's how you get kicked out of a party. I mean, at least some of this is useful. Arriving drunk, impropopite jokes, 3T apagite jokes, starting fights, and breaking things. Arriver drunk, starting folks, breaking things. It's like AI is just screaming, trying to tell you something, but it just like has a really bad stutter. Like it just cannot quite get the words just right. Alright, you wake up the next day, now we need instructions on how to get dressed. This might be one of the most incoherent ones yet. Alright, step 1, pick out. Step 2, get how. Step 3, get how. Step 4, set get love. And then, well, if you're smart enough to know what all of this says, you probably don't need the information it's trying to give you. Can it at least show us how to tie your shoes? Alright, so if you follow this pattern, you start off with only one lace hanging out, then you just get it really tangled up, and then by the end, they're still not tied. Thanks for the help, AI. Alright, we managed to get dressed despite the AI's help with this one. Now it's time to see how to walk your dog. Alright, step 1, pick by step. Step 2, pluck the trite. Okay, you can never forget to pluck the trite. Step 3, chios asaf. Step 4, resa ding dog. Step 5, ham decatians. And step 6, henwalk ding log. Man, we're learning so much in this video. Alright, we made it back home. Let's just see if it can tell us how to make a sandwich. So I guess according to this, you start with the bread, and then you cut the bread, and then you uncut the bread, but then it has stuff inside of it. So then you take the stuff out of the bread, then you put it back into the bread, then you just get a whole loaf of bread, and then you take everything back out, and then you put the stuff back in, and then you have your sandwich. Man, who knew it was that easy? Now the next one looks like it's a little bit more useful, but why do they need to use a knife for every step in this instructions? Like, who needs to use a knife this much when making a sandwich? Let's see if we get any more luck on how to make a pizza. I mean, where's the instructions on this one? The pizza's already made, and then you just have ingredients all over it. Is this just how to make DiGiorno's? Now this one's kind of impressive, because they managed to cook the pepperoni and the cheese and the sauce without cooking the dough underneath it. So I don't know how they did that. Now this one's trying to give us step-by-step instructions at least, but it says step 1, you gotta get the dough, that makes sense. Step 2, get the sauce. Step 3, get the knife, because I mean, you always need knives in these tutorials. Step 4, just get the already finished pizza. Then the steps after that are get more ingredients. It seems to do better if you just request the most basic of tasks. So let's just ask how to pour a glass of milk. So this one says get the jar of milk, get your glass of milk, and then just start scooping it out with a spoon and filling up a cup with the spoon. You know what I've always wondered? How to get famous. All right, we got the secret right here. Number 1, jupe and the hole. Number 2, dig the hole. So we've got to jump in the hole before we dig it somehow. Number 3, I have no idea. And then the other number 3, hot for self, she, question mark, posted on socialemia. Okay, so if I understand this correctly, you're supposed to jump in the hole, then dig the hole, then talk about how cool it is, and then post it on socialemia. How to get famous in easy steps. I can't find step 1 anywhere, but number 2 just says lol. Number 3 is a bunch of question marks. Number 4 just says steps. And then there's one that says dig hole, jump in hole. Step 0. There's another question mark step, which is more question marks. Step B, 169. And this guy is running away from his own shovel as it's turning into something else. All right, next one. I guess it really just wants us to dig a hole. So step 1, dig a hole, the hole. Step 3, jump it in, the hole. Also step 3, tack a sibum eto a etel. Step 4, post it on Socifame. And then step question mark is have your doppelganger bury you in that hole. You know, maybe I need to try this. Maybe tomorrow I'm going to go out and dig a hole and jump in it and post it on Socifame. How to get famous, dig a hole, jab a faux boule, take it on social media, question mark. And then more question marks. What the heck is that inside of the hole? You know, that was such an interesting prompt. I think we should do it again. How to get famous. How sing, dancing, writing, get arrested, you method cold, cult and coals, invert archisted, get arsted, new curse word, bereened, befinods, nons, and aliens. So, I think that probably my best bet on this is coming up with a new curse word and aliens. And then some more with singing, dancing, care, call, axing, arting. I haven't thought of arting. Befriend aliens. Hey, that one makes a little bit more sense. You know, there's some of these that you're like, okay, I get what they're trying to say. But then other ones you're just like, I really don't understand what it's coming up with here. And then more sting occulty, dare and sing, get arcting, and then infinite curse word, befriend aliens, and befriend aliens. So I think it's very clear now. I need to go befriend some aliens and then I can be famous. Do you think it'll be able to teach me how to time travel? So in the instructions on how to time travel, he literally says I have no idea what I'm doing. So either he's making fun of us for not knowing, or this is the guy teaching us and we're not going to get much out of this. Next up, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I did know at what I'm doing. Instructions for time travel. So I guess they just wanted to put the disclaimer out there that even though this is instructions for time travel, they don't know what they're doing, and it's probably not going to work. Well, I wish I had instructions on how to wrap up this video, but I'm just going to call it there, so I'll see you next time.